Welcome to Tap.az. I'm at 64th Street and Greenway at Peak Nutrition, about to do an interview with the guys from Earn Your Booze, Scottsdale Beer Company, Rush Club, and Peak Nutrition. They got an event coming up this Saturday, November 4th at Scottsdale Beer Company, where you're going to get to earn your booze. So let's tap into Earn Your Booze. We've got an Earn Your Booze event coming up this Saturday, November 4th at Scottsdale Beer Company with Peak Nutrition and Rush Club. So allegedly, we can drink beer and be fit. I haven't found the fit side, but I can drink the beer. So I like to say I'm in the permanent bulk phase at this point. But so these guys are going to tell us how this is possible. So let's meet everyone.
What's up, Eric? I'm Justin Cross. I'm the manager at Peak Nutrition and also a co-founder of Earn Your Booze. So I'm just kind of one of the guys that's helping to bring the two fitness and beer communities together, or fitness and drink, however you want to say it. So Elliot is sitting across from me, my partner in crime in that. So that's me.
Yep. I'm AJ Richards. I'm the founder, CEO of Rush Club. We're a head-to-head weight class competition for fitness. So we basically combine the concept of functional movement competition with the the competition format of like UFC. So you'll compete in your title or in your weight division for a title, and if you win the title, it's yours to defend. And we fly people in from all over the world. Our last show, we brought a kid from Ecuador to participate, and we've got a few guys coming in from Canada. So we'll bring you in from anywhere in the world if you think you have what it takes to earn the title and defend it. So, and then partnering up with Earn Your Booze. One of the things that's funny, every time we go to a venue, they're like, well, you're fitness, so we don't think we're going to sell a lot of alcohol. And I'm like, you're going to want to make sure you stock up, especially on the light beers. And every time they're like, I cannot believe how much booze we sold to a bunch of fit people. I'm like, hey, listen, they train hard throughout the week and then they enjoy it on the weekend. So that's how it's about balance. So there's definitely a way to enjoy your beer and be fit.
All right. Yeah.
This is Doug Ledger from Scottsdale Beer Company. We have the pleasure of acting as the host site for the first inaugural Earn Your Booze event. I shouldn't say inaugural, hopefully we'll do more than one a year. Right. But so we got to meet Justin and instantly realized that there's a good relationship between our company and what they're doing. We kind of live that work hard, play hard lifestyle at SBC, and so it was a really good fit. A lot of our staff and a lot of our regulars are involved pretty heavily in the fitness industry. But again, we like to create that calorie balance by burning it in the gym and then replenishing it with some good beer and some good booze. So nice. We're happy to be the site of the first event, and we've done some other collaborations with Earn Your Booze, and happy to be involved. It's an awesome group of guys.
Awesome.
Cool. Solid. My name is Elliot. I am, as Justin said, partner in crime with Earn Your Booze, something that we had started together. Aside from that, I run a thing called Apartment Bartender. So it's like a drinks blog for cocktails. So Justin's in the beer, and I handle the cocktail side of things. So we kind of cover at least half of the spectrum of the spirits industry and stuff. So that's what I do. But yeah, I mean, Earn Your Booze, like you guys were saying, it's just it was more like a reminder for myself when it first started. To like, okay, if I want to be drinking old fashions and making these cocktails, and I gotta earn it the next day, and so that's kind of how it started and stuff. So it's been awesome to kind of see how it's grown and see where it's like taking off too and stuff. And I definitely don't think it would be possible without Rush Club and Scottsdale Beer Company and stuff. So I'm excited for where it's gonna go.
Yeah. Absolutely. So
cheers to that.
Yeah, for sure. And we're cheersing with we don't have booze at this point, right? What do we got here?
I mean, I might have snuck some in this bag. We're just drinking an energy drink here that we sell at the store. It's called Body Effects. It's basically a mood enhancer and caffeine and anything you'd really want.
Yeah, I'm gonna chug this real quick.
Yeah. Maybe a little booze in there.
So the podcast is gonna pick up over
the
space of the podcast.
This will get more interesting as we go, so don't hang up yet.
Yeah. This stuff's awesome. This is just energy drink.
I called you an Uber, don't worry.
Yeah. So I call my whiskey too.
Yeah.
It is. It's true. Yeah.
Sometimes a recovery drink too.
That's awesome.
So tell me about Earn Your Booze, because you've been working on this for a while. I think I kind of was, you and I were working together on some things when the idea came up.
Yeah, so there's another thing that I kind of started on a while ago called Brewtrition. And really, like, the idea that I've been kind of like going with in my head for a while is really blending or merging rather the fitness and drink industries, because I make beer at the house. I've been brewing for I think about 3 years now. I used to work at a brewery called Lucky Luke in California, and I've been playing in my own brewery now for about as long, about 3 years. So I got a huge passion for people that make beer and that are into the craft beer and, you know, just beer geeks. Like, I'm a beer nerd, you know what I mean? But I'm also like a fitness geek. Like, I'm a first form Legionnaire. Now the manager at this store that we're in, Peak Nutrition. And so a lot of people, like, you know, are polarized. You're either all fitness or all drink. There's a lot of like fitness people that like to drink but won't admit it for one reason or another. Maybe because they're a trainer, or they're just, you know what I mean? They always post about fitness. And a lot of the drink people either like don't know how to get into fitness, or because they're intimidated, or they just, whatever, I'll just keep on drinking and doing my thing, right? I really want to bring the two together, because, you know, if I can get some of my, you know, beer fan to live longer, they're going to get to enjoy more booze. And really, like Elliot says, like, when you earn it, it tastes better. You know what I mean? So, so nutrition was one thing that we worked on for a while, but then like Elliot, I think actually started saying "earn your booze" in his Instagram stories first, and I was like, man, that's freaking great, you know. And I'm like, well, I brew, so I'm doing "earn your brew," you know. And so we were kind of like battling back and forth, like "earn your brew," no, "earn your booze," you know, and this and that. And I guess the long story short is like, I don't remember exactly how it went, but one day you're like, hey, you know what? Why don't we just like do this together? And like, booze made more sense because he's cocktails, I'm beer, but I mean, it's not like he doesn't like beer and I don't like cocktails, you know?
Yeah, right.
But booze covers everything from wine to beer to whatever. So kind of stuck with that, filed the trademarking and got a website, and, you know, next thing you know, we're both wearing apparel and selling it at Doug's Scottsdale Beer Company, and here we are sitting with AJ and all you guys planning our first event. So it kind of just started as like, you know, him and I working out, but also drinking, and turned it into a thing, you know?
That's cool.
Kind of a long explanation, but
No, that was good. Keep going.
yeah.
Yeah, no, and that's a really good point, because you think it's one or the other,
Right.
right? And it's just, and there's a lot of people in the Arizona beer scene that are really catching on to this too. You know, guys reaching out to you. I think Brandon Richter and Tina, is that her name?
April.
April, yes.
Yeah. So far, James and I here at Peak, we've worked with Brandon and April Richter. They're both on our nutrition and exercise plans. I've also worked with Brian Helton. He just texted me the other day. He'd already dropped 10 pounds in a couple weeks. Really? Sleeping better, feeling better. Then also my buddy, the Classy Alcoholic. I think he's down about 15 pounds. We're still working on my buddy Tap That AZ. You know, we'll get him on like a solid plan here.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I mean?
did 10 push-ups this weekend.
Oh, see, okay, that's good. But yeah, you know, so that's kind of what it's like, you know, like I, you know, got a soft spot in my heart, you know, for these beer people. So I like reaching out and like, hey man, you don't have to be intimidated by me. I understand what you do. Let me just kind of, you know, help you out, and it really works out. So it's a good feeling.
Yeah, when you got guys like Doug here, so you love the fitness side of things, and
Yeah, I mean, I've been a gym rat my whole life. It's kind of kept me out of trouble.
yeah,
But I make beer for a living. So, and I think what Justin said is really key, because, you know, we all have sort of this innate prejudice. For example, like when I see my coaches from Alpha at Lifetime, if I see them out drinking, for some reason, my initial reaction, even though I do what I do, is that it's sort of a betrayal of the lifestyle, which is really hypocritical, and it's not true. But for some reason, that's my initial reaction, is that, hey, this guy's supposed to be inspiring people and coaching people. He shouldn't be out, you know, getting tanked on a Friday night, drinking, you know, 1,500 calories worth of beer and alcohol.
unless it's at your place.
Unless it's at my place and he's paying full price.
Your money's good here.
Yeah. But to what AJ said, it's about balance. And I think that, you know, anything that's sustainable is going to be more so if there's balance involved. I've gone, you know, months and months and months without eating any sugar or alcohol, and it's not sustainable, you know. And, you know, being 6 or 7% body fat isn't realistically sustainable if you're just an average human being that works a 9 to 5. So it really is about balance. And I think if you achieve a certain level of fitness, it becomes a lot easier to really enjoy when you are having a cocktail, having a beer. Adversely, it really, you know, can bastardize all the fun that you can have being out and about on a weekend. if Monday through Friday you're not earning it, and you don't really enjoy it as much. And so I personally seek that balance sort of continuously in life, and because that's been my personal approach, we've attracted a lot of people at the brewery in our work family that have that approach too. I think we had mentioned in our previous time with you that we all work out together. There's like 8 or 9 of us on the staff at SBC that all work out together, and then we earn our booze, and then we drink our booze together on the weekends. So it's become a good synergy that way. So that's why we had a real natural attraction to Earn Your Booze, because just the term Earn Your Booze really encompasses that unspoken lifestyle that a lot of fitness-oriented people live, which is I get out and I earn it, I work hard during the week, and then I reward myself and have some fun on the weekends, and that balance is sustainable, and I think that's the key, and I think that's what Earn Your Booze sort of embraces. So.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
I run a gym, I own a gym down in Mesa, and we're getting ready to move into a new location. We should be in about a month and a half, but one of the things that we're doing, which is perfect for this, is we're actually going to install a keg. And the only way you can participate and have a drink is if you have signed in and done the workout for that day. So we're a group training facility. We used to be a CrossFit gym. Now we're Rush Club Human Performance Center. So I've brought my brands together, and a lot of our guys like to go out and have a beer, and they love craft beers and they love IPAs and things like that. And so I'm like, man, what if we create an environment at the gym where when you go out at night or want to go hang out at night, it's actually at the gym, and it might even turn into where they do their evening workout and then they hang out on the patio and have a beer, but they have to earn it, which is perfect. And we can track it because we can, at our classes, they're group training, so they have to sign in. And so in order to have a beer, they've got to have done the workout for the day to get it, right? And so it's a way to bring our community together, to create that community feel, but also make sure that we're still being true to our commitment, which is giving people a healthy lifestyle and finding balance, because you can't sustain that. If you like beer, if you like to go out and have a good time, then let me help teach you how to do that in a way that's going to benefit your life, and still participate in what it is you enjoy doing. It's like an 80-20 type rule, right? And so that's kind of how we look at it.
Yeah. And you were telling us before, actually it might have been the initial recording that we started before we had to start over, but I forgot to hit record again, but I'll put that on Justin.
Behind the curtain.
Hey, it's your first time. We'll give you a break.
But you were talking about one of the events where the guys were on stage and somebody threw them a beer.
Yeah. I mean, these are military dudes, right? And so it's, dudes like to have a beer, and so they literally just finished an excruciating head-to-head battle, and as soon as they were done, their coach is on the side and he tossed 2 beers up on stage, and they popped them and cheers together and chugged a beer right on stage right after just destroying it. Now, behind the scenes, that's probably not the best idea because their heart rate was still up, and so as that heart rate started coming down, they were both out back returning the beer to the soil, but it, it's just part of the culture, and there's nothing wrong with that if you're living that balanced lifestyle, and you can celebrate with them. It's like, man, you guys earned it, and so it's really cool.
Yeah, and I'm starting to learn too that beer is more a part of sports, certain sports, than you initially think.
Oh yeah.
Tammy, the chef at Mahelio Basin, she's big time into jiu-jitsu and kickboxing, and she said the whole jiu-jitsu community they love craft beer. After, like, she was talking about antioxidants and all these other things, like the benefit that it can provide. That kind of blew me away. I'm like, I don't know. I just chug it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, Elliot, so tell us a little. The apartment bartender thing has me intrigued a little bit.
Yeah. So apartment bartender was something I started by complete accident. A couple years back, I just got really into mixing drinks at home. I visited a buddy of mine in New York, and I think he found it on Groupon, but it was like a cocktails 101 class, and I think I was just missing a creative outlet, but at the time, so I usually say like the cocktail bug bit me, and it's kind of grown since. I remember went home, bought a bunch of liquor and liqueurs and stuff that I knew nothing about, and just started kind of mixing. At the time, I had a roommate, and we lived in a kind of a dingy apartment, but it was just like me making drinks for him and me, and that's kind of how it grew. But as far as like with the Instagram account, I didn't know how to start I didn't start a website. I didn't really have any desire to start blogging about it or anything. And I remember I used to just like post my drinks, and then I would post quotes from my roommate because he's a very vulgar human being. And then like people just thought it was funny, and it kind of grew from there. And had a few lucky breaks along the way, like a couple of big reposts and stuff like that. And it just grew. So it's I've been doing it full time for a year now. Actually on Halloween last year is when I left my job. I was slinging software and cold calling and doing all that. But now I pretty much travel and create social and digital content for brands, and then run apartment bartender. And then now with Earn Your Booze, it's kind of transitioned into that. But so that's the gist of apartment bartender.
But when he says travel, he doesn't mean like from Mesa to Scottsdale, right?
No, I don't. I mean, like sometimes. I mean, coming here, right? But it's. I've had the opportunity to travel quite a bit for some of the brands that I've worked with. Like earlier in the year, went to Ireland with Jameson and kind of to experience the distillery and all that. And I went to Spain with another brand, Liquor 43. And then this week coming up, I'm actually going to be in Mexico with Patron. So like it's pretty cool getting the opportunity to travel around. And the thing that I really love about kind of introducing Earn Your Booze into all that is I meet and I've met so many people in the industry, and you just realize how many. I've never been on the other side of the bar, just kind of been a patron and stuff, but having known them and having met them, you start to see like how many unhealthy habits there are in the industry, and like how it can really inspire. And I think even a lot of the friends that I have, brand ambassadors for, you know, major brands and stuff, they say like we drink every day even though we don't want to. Like sometimes like client dinners and everything, like if you're, you know, a rep for say a Macallan, you know, you're getting your brand into these accounts and stuff, and you're drinking 2-3 cocktails. But you know, I also know some that wake up and run 10 miles, you know, so it's been pretty cool to be able to travel and meet people and see how Earn Your Booze has really influenced, you know, the industry, whether on the beer side or cocktail side, because it's a concept that I think people have been kind of gravitating towards for a while.
Yeah, and I'm sure with your guys' reach too, like it's spreading pretty
fast. Yeah, honestly, yeah. I can't tell you how many orders we've shipped internationally already. Probably a good 30. Really? Yeah, I mean Finland, a lot into Canada, England, Australia. I've even sent some to Africa. Mm-hmm. I mean, like. It's kind of crazy, you know. You see, New York, you know, Tempe, and then Finland. You're like, oh, sweet, you know.
Yeah, my wish is like being international and going to Europe sometime, and then seeing like an Earn Your Booze just walking down the street.
Go to Oktoberfest and see, you know, Earn Your Booze in Germany.
When did you guys start?
Gosh, it
like
was,
late August.
Yeah, I would say it's been a couple months.
Cool.
Yeah, but it's been something we've been. I think what took the longest was like trying to figure out what the female shirts, like the yoga tanks and stuff like that, because that probably like was the biggest holdup, is trying to get that aspect right. Yeah. And then finally, me and Justin were like, we just gotta get something out. Yeah. We just gotta like put something out and let people decide if they like it or not. Like, stop trying to be perfect.
Yeah, because I got my favorite female tank on the weekend. Yeah, he had a different one, so it's kind of like, what do we do?
He's a crop top guy. You know? I was like, crop tops are out, man. Like, you gotta let it go.
You miss that.
Always wants to show his belly button.
Exactly. Is he tied in a knot like on the side and stuff? Yeah.
Hey, do what you got to do.
Hey, if it works, man, it works. Yeah.
I couldn't get Doug to go along with that though.
He's considering it though. I can see on his face. He's like,
I should over my head.
That's awesome.
With the like Hulk Hogan like rips in the back.
Oh yeah,
that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, totally.
You can do that thing. Yeah.
New skew.
All right, so this event coming up. This is coming up November 4th. This coming Saturday, and so tell us about like what's going to go on. You guys each have your own role in this.
Yeah. So I'll give an overview, and I'd like you guys to elaborate on your spots a little bit. But it's basically like Doug said, at the Scottsdale Beer Company, which is Shea and the 101. So we have a 9 a.m. workout that's going to start at 9-ish. So we're asking people to show up around 8:30, so they have time to sign a waiver, choose a group that they're going to be in. We have 3 different ability levels that AJ will talk about a bit, and then have time to warm up and stretch and stuff. So we're going to do an outdoor workout because we're in beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona, where it's just insanely nice out, for a couple hours. Not a couple hour workout, but there's a few different heats. You'll see. But then afterwards, we're gonna kind of move inside and get to try some of Doug's beer. Have a couple other little competitions. James, the Viking from here at Peak Nutrition, is gonna give a little talk about healthy eating out at breweries. Stuff like that. So it really is a workout, and then you're gonna earn some cool stuff afterwards with these guys. But I'm really excited for what AJ is about to talk about, this workout, because I know a lot of people are excited to come in and try to compete on something, but a lot of people are also intimidated. So I think we have it set up. There's something for everybody.
So the way we run the show at my gym is we have 3 different levels: beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And the nice thing about that is it's the same workout, but it's modified. So we have a saying, infinitely scalable. That way everybody can participate. So if you come to when you come to the gym and when you come to this event, you're actually all going to be able to participate as a community and support one another doing the same workout. And when it's over, it was equally intense for a 69-year-old grandma as it was for a 23-year-old guy that's, thinks he's in his prime. Yeah. Because it's relative to the individual, right? So we'll have the workout will be more of like for the beginners participation boot camp style, because anybody can get started at no matter what level. I had the opportunity to work with, you ever heard of Extreme Makeover Weight Loss with Chris and Heidi Powell? So I got to coach season 3 and 4 of I was their boot camp location. Chris Powell is a good friend of mine, lives in Mesa. And you're talking people who are close to 400 pounds. They're doing training. You got to get started somewhere. You just have to move, and then it gets started from there. So it doesn't matter where you're at right now. Come in, because if you're still drinking beer and not moving, let's add the movement to it and get you started in a community environment where all to have fun and support each other. So there'll be the beginner level for anybody who is listening to this or has seen the flyers or whatever. Is like, yeah, I can't do the fitness thing. I promise you can, right? So we'll have that, and then we'll go to an intermediate level where it's a little bit more competitive, having fun. People who do some fitness here and there, but maybe they don't consider themselves like an elite level athlete or participant. And then at the top, you'll have the guys that we can all stand around and just watch and be like, damn, that's crazy, right? And these guys will crush it, and it'll be more of a competitive environment for them. But yet the nice thing about fitness is when you do it in a community like this, the guy who's competing at the top level will be standing there cheering for the person who's competing at the beginning level. And that's what it's about, is just human beings moving and supporting each other in movement. So that's kind of the concept we're bringing with us to the Earn Your Booze event. So
and that's great too, because it eliminates that apprehension that people have.
Right.
Like, dude, there's no way I can do that, so I'm just not going to do it.
Yep.
It's like, well, if you can do what you do, right? And that's kind of, I like it. It takes that intimidation factor out of it.
Right. And then the other thing that you'll find is that because it's built for 3 different levels of people, and because everybody's supporting each other at each level, there's a serotonin release. There's a connection, a hormonal connection with people, where all of a sudden you might get a taste of what it was meant to be, what life was meant to be like, where you live in these tribal environments where it's like somebody's got my back. And that happens especially when the suffering. So you're going to earn your booze, right? Let's not mince words. You're going to earn it, but earn it at your own level, right? And I believe that when that happens, and those hormones, those dopamine and adrenaline, because you're working really hard, is out, and then somebody comes over and says, come on, you got it. There's a connection there that you can't get anywhere else. A connection of, I'm suffering and somebody cares that I can get through this. And then you can turn around and do it for somebody else, right? Once you get that, and it just builds a really strong bond. So the Earn Your Booze, and then you go and share a drink after. I mean, now you get the fitness side, the community side, the hormonal release, and then the relax and kind of, I imagine what's going to happen is people are going to be talking about the parts of the workout that was like, dang, yeah, that part sucked. That was hard to get through. And now all of a sudden there's a shared community, shared connection. So, yeah.
I think that's one of the... Oh, yeah.
I'm definitely going to be that 69-year-old grandma. Let there be no doubt.
I'll be cheering you through as I'm laying on the ground, passed out. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I was going to say what he just said is actually something that we feel really strongly about with our Earn Your Booze brand. Is we're not for just one group of people, right? We're not just for CrossFitters or just hikers or just runners or whatever. And we're not just for beer people or cocktail people or winos, right? People, whatever someone likes to do, it's really the message of just earning that drink, right? So, we got people that, they like to jog with their dog every day, and then they like to have wine. That nailed it, right? You're Earn Your Booze. We got other people that like to compete in CrossFit and then slam a Coors Light. Nailed it. You know what I mean? So I really like how, like he was saying, it really is an all-inclusive environment. You don't have to meet any sort of standards to kind of like be part of our mission. It's really anyone can do it.
Yeah, it's silly to me that people will maybe badmouth another type of training. because what matters is that people are moving, right? That's at the core is what matters is people are moving. And so we support people of whatever they choose to do. If it's martial arts, good, you're moving. If it's yoga, great, you're moving. If it's, you name it, bodybuilding, powerlifting, functional fitness, who cares? If you're moving, we support it 100%. And that's kind of one of the missions that we have, is just to bring people together through fitness and support each other in their choice of that, like you're saying. And so we're going to try to keep a mix of that. So you might feel like you're doing some metabolic conditioning, but at the same time, you'll hopefully get a sense of the type of thing you like to do in your own training environment, and see if we can't bring that together.
Gotcha. So, what type of things are you guys going to do? Like, what type of? Can you describe the workout a little bit?
So one of the parts of the workout is we're going to have people drag mats. So floor mats you would find in a gym. They're 3/4 inch stall mats, 6x4. They weigh about 100 pounds. So we're going to have them drag it to a certain distance and then perform a certain exercise on top of that mat and then drag it back. And we'll teach the movement, right? That's the other thing is anybody who shows up, you don't have to know what to do. We got you covered. We'll do a little powwow before with each heat, show them how to exercise and perform the movement, and then we'll let them go and 3, 2, 1, go, and have them execute the exercise. But those mats, they're tricky, and there's a trick to it that we'll teach everybody. But you drag a 95-pound mat across the asphalt for 50 feet or 100 feet, whatever we decide to map out at the Scottsdale Brewing Company at the parking lot there. Then we'll see how everybody feels after that. But it'll be fun, and anybody can do it. It's simple movements. We're not going to be doing like Olympic lifting and stuff where people are like, okay, I'm not even sure how to even approach the barbell. So it's stuff that The other thing too is Earn Your Booze. Maybe you train at home or you train at your own in the park. It'd be nice to be able to give people something to walk away with that they can take with them and keep doing on their own. At home or whatever.
Kind of learn something, right?
Yeah.
That's another thing that I'm excited about Peak, because there's a lot of fitness and drink events out there but they're pretty basic, right? You go do something and then you get a drink and then you go home, right? Peak is bringing a little bit of an educational thing to this, like a different aspect, right? So we're going to be teaching people, okay, what else is something I can do to kind of keep earning it, or maybe step it up a bit. And that comes down to nutrition, comes down to even simple things like hydration. And when you're out at these tasty breweries like Scottsdale Beer Company, like, how do I know if I should really have that or not? Like, oh, that looks amazing, but you know what I mean? So James is going to be talking about that. So this event's also going to have a little bit, educational to it. So like he said, you'll walk away with maybe like a new movement for exercise, but you're also going to leave with some new education about, like what kind of protein I should have, or when do I eat this? It's little things like that. So hopefully people are getting a lot of value out of these events.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that the giant tater tots, staff style.
They're off the menu Saturday, buddy. So only for you.
So I think it's awesome that this event is at a brewery, just to kind of bring it all together. So, Doug, you guys are going to have the parking lot set up?
Yeah. So we're devoting the entire facility to the event. Actually, it's taking place before we actually open for business. But the outside we have a nice big parking lot that we're going to dedicate to the physical workout, and then obviously we're hosting everybody inside. We have a beautiful bar that we're going to turn over to Elliot and to a few of our capable staff to make sure that everybody gets the booze that they earned. I'll let Elliot talk about some of the custom cocktails that we've created for the event that are focused around healthier drinking. And then I think what AJ said really nailed it, and for us it's about just our bigger philosophy at the brewery is about tapping into sort of the universal common things that create community. So that sense of partnership, and you really find it at the gym. You get your gym family, just like we have our work family. And those things are sort of unspoken, but everyone knows when they're experiencing that. And that's sort of the spirit that we try to proliferate at the brewery. We have a lot of community outreach and a lot of community involvement, and that's sort of what drives us behind the scenes. And outside of the day-to-day operations of running the business, that's sort of the lifeblood of why we do what we do. And I think that's what has attracted our organizations together, is that we sort of have that approach at the brewery. It's sort of the undertone of what we do and why we do it. And those things are really evident when you're in a workout environment, especially with new people at different energy levels, because you do you do naturally have some intimidation. Especially when you're dealing with people that are advanced CrossFitters and powerlifters. I mean, a lot of those techniques take lifetimes to learn, and when you're able to come into an environment like this, where at a bar, a brewery that's naturally sort of a public house type of feel, where people from all different walks of life can come together and experience, all their diversity under the umbrella of, in our case, beer, and then that same sort of experience can happen with a workout type of environment too. Same with the cocktail, the cocktail world. So all these organizations coming together, we're really tapping into that underlying commonality that we all have, that very universal, approachable thing, and that's in the nutshell community and that brotherhood, that sisterhood that exists within those environments. So for us, it's it's an honor to be able to host the event, and it fits because we have a lot of good. Fitness approved foods at the brewery, more so than I think any other brewery that I've experienced. You can come in and have a good training meal. We make sure that our staff has extensive knowledge about how we cook the foods that we use. We have a lot of sensitivity to gluten allergies and people that are have dietary restrictions. We're used to dealing with those types of things every day. I mean, I make my own meals at the brewery that are off menu, and we can do that for anybody. And happy to do that. We have like a protein rice bowl that's basically some good organic brown rice, veggies, and a nice Asian vinaigrette that has almost no sugar in it. So it's easy to come in and eat a good meal, a good healthy meal at the brewery. Yeah. And that's on purpose. We did that on purpose. So hosting an event like this is just a natural extension of sort of the way that we've developed as a company and as a brewery. And we also, we're nice and big. We have 8,000 square feet, so we can host a nice big event. We have a big parking lot. And I'm just looking forward to getting out there and slaying some weights in the parking lot being first. And it's tough for us to staff the event because our entire staff wants to do the workout too. And I'm like, someone has to pour beer. Somebody's got to work.
Same here. No one wants to be at the store.
Yeah.
They all want to be at the event.
No one wants to man the shop. Everyone wants to be at the event. But,
that's
and then we've attracted some great partners. Balanced is a recovery center that's in Central Scottsdale down off Indian School and Fifth Ave. They have Normatec compression sleeves there. They do cupping and acupuncture massage. They have a cold plunge, 48-degree tub, infrared saunas, things like that. They're going to come and talk about recovery, which is a new and kind of a new field of innovation in the fitness world, sort of an old secret, but becoming more and more popular with the common athlete. We have a chiropractor that's going to come in.
Spine Fit AZ. This is my buddy Dane. He's up at Tatum and Bell. He actually works on a lot of Olympic athletes. He's really fantastic. He does the sitting up neck adjustment which is like my favorite, right? But anyways, he's just really cool, really nice guy. He was like an instant supporter of Earn Your Booze. Before we even had shirts, I went in there to get adjusted one time, and on his whiteboard he had hashtag Earn Your Booze on the whiteboard.
Nice.
So I'm really excited to have him. And then we also got Strive Foods, the new jerky company. He's going to come out there and sample some jerky with us. Really healthy, really tasty, good stuff. So we do, like Doug said, have a lot of good sponsors, bringing a lot of good people together.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be educational, which I think is an important component. But in a very short time, we've attracted all of these awesome partners that want to get involved, and again, we all share that sort of that common ground of, we work hard, play hard, and have a passion for sharing our component of that puzzle. And so I think it's going to be, anybody can come and benefit from, even if you're not going to participate in the workout. Justin had mentioned there's going to be some fun contests and things like that, some prizes, some educational components, learn about some of the peripheral businesses that you can support and participate in local businesses. So definitely something for everybody.
There's going to be a lot of prizes too.
Yeah, a lot of giveaways.
Like what?
Like we're bringing everything from like protein jugs, Earn Your Booze swag. I think Doug might be throwing in some beer goodies.
Free beer, baby.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. And then also Balance is going to be giving out, I think, like a month membership for recovery, some massages. There's going to be a good amount of stuff. So I'm actually like at the spot right now where I need to come up with a few more little competitions because I think we're going to have a good amount of stuff for people to go home with.
Are you going to be pouring all your beers, or all the beers going to be available? Or you have a few?
Yeah, everything's going to be available. We are literally making people earn their booze. So if you participate in the workout, then you're going to have beer on us. But the bar will be open, ready to rock. So if someone wants to come in and drink our 10% triple IPA. Post workout, ideally.
Yeah. I think I might try to go through the whole list.
Yeah, you'll have to earn it.
We'll be
Halfway through, get back outside.
Yeah.
You only get one per workout, so you're
Right.
gonna have to work out, have a beer,
Yeah.
work out again, have a beer. See how far you go down
I
the
was
list.
otherwise we're gonna be dragging you like the mats.
gonna bring a pillow.
Survival challenge.
Yeah.
Taking a nap.
But one unique thing about SBC too is that we pay a lot of attention to the lighter end of the spectrum when it comes to beers. A lot of craft breweries, have that blonde or that cream ale, and that's like, oh, that's for our Coors Light, Bud Light, American Lager drinker, and that's that. But about half our beer list is under 6%, and we've tended in the past and have plans in the future of focusing pretty heavily on that end of the beer spectrum. Naturally, those are your lower calorie beers. Our Big Mouth Blonde, which is our best-selling beer at the brew pub, it's 5%. It's 140 calories per pint, so pretty manageable in the caloric economy of the athlete. So, we make a lot of beers like that, and we don't use a lot of adjuncts. We don't just pound white sugar into our IPAs. We we use palm sugar and some other things in some beers. So, we're very conscious of trying to make those inherently nutritionally challenging products as healthy as they can be. But we'll have everything available, full bar as well.
I do want to plug real quick. He has made the best grapefruit IPA I've ever had.
Oh, thanks,
which
buddy.
I don't know if it's going to be on tap. I think it was a small batch, right?
It was a small batch for the summer. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep.
I'm telling you, it was a grapefruit zest, I believe.
Yeah, we use juice and zest. So yeah.
That was the best. And then I also really like the Brett Pale Ale.
Brett Pale Ale is
That
awesome,
thing was,
yeah.
oh my God. So I don't even care what's on tap. I just know it's going to be good.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll also have some. There's a partner that I had with Core, and they launched a line of organic juice. So it's. I recently did a company happy hour with them and created some healthier alternative cocktails with them. So we're going to be serving some of those at the event. So it's going to be awesome. Just really refreshing, really perfect for after workout. I think in total, like the cocktail. Pretty low in calories, and so it's one of those things where you can, like you said, earn your booze, but also like not necessarily have all the guilt associated with a cocktail, because I know cocktails can get up there in sugar content and all that. So
Yeah, and it's just like the brewery food. James is going to be talking a lot about. You can still have a really good brewery meal, and it doesn't have to, just destroy your.
No, you had
your
me at
intake.
tater tots. Like,
Yeah.
like
No, we already
They
agreed.
need
We're
to
taking
be
them off the
there.
menu. then.
Earn your tots?
I've not had your tots.
They're like this big.
I think we just need to make like a limited edition shirt, like earn your tots.
Earn your
Just
tots.
like-
Body by tots?
Yeah, by tots, totally. I would totally rock that.
Oh, man. So, okay. Sounds awesome. Is there anything else you guys want to add to this? It's start at 9 o'clock. Get there early though to.
Definitely get there early. Like I said, you're gonna have to come in and kind of see what AJ has up as far as ability level. So choose your group. We'll give you a wristband-based color on what group you're gonna go into, and then we want to make sure that you have a few minutes to warm up and kind of stretch and get ready for this thing. So I would like to see a lot of people start showing up at 8:30, hopefully, so there's time. And then the bar opens at 9, so I'm just gonna put that out there. But yeah, if you want to just follow, all of us on Instagram, Facebook, we're all kind of putting out updates if there's any more to come, and just reminders about the event. So even if you don't remember what we've said here, you can just check out our posts. We're all really active on the gram, especially.
Yeah, just to play off what you said, the kitchen will open at 11 too. The brewery opens at 11 o'clock,
Perfect.
so anyone wants to stick around and eat after the workout, and maybe buffer the effects of all that booze we earn.
Chicken wings.
Yeah, tots.
Yeah.
So anyone that wants to stick around and have lunch, enjoy some college football on Saturday, we'll be ready to rock.
Awesome. Cool.
Nice. So, do you guys each want to share website, best way to follow you guys on social media?
Yeah, so with Earn Your Booze, it's just Earn Your Booze on Instagram, as a website as well, Facebook. So pretty straightforward, so you can find us there.
What about the apartment bartender stuff?
So Apartment Bartender, just at Apartment Bartender. Same with the website, apartmentbartender.com. And I keep it straightforward.
Make it easy. Yeah.
And then Peak Nutrition is PKZ. We're really active on there as well. one of the things we're doing is like posting and reposting a lot of people that are, customers of ours or, friends of ours, stuff like that. So growing that account really well. My personal one is the Alpha Ale.
Ours is Rush Club Nation on Instagram and Facebook, and then if you're in the Mesa area and you want to come and do a workout there, and soon when we get to the new building, Earn Your Booze there, it's Rush Club HPC on Instagram. Our website, rushclubnation.com, is where you'll find information about our show specifically, and we actually have an event. Rush Club 12 is the following weekend after the Earn Your Booze event, and so we'll have tickets and things for sale there. Our main event for our Rush Club 12 is two guys who lost their leg in combat in they were both in the Army. They're above the knee amputees, and these guys have been training the exact workout for their title for the last 4 or 5 months, and so we expect that it'll literally come down to like the last second or last rep. And you'll see them doing some things that, they remove all excuses for people. Once you see what they can do, you're like, well, I have no reason to not be training. Because they'll take in barbells from the ground with a single leg. They've got their prosthetic arm on, but when you don't have a knee, you can't bend.
Right.
So they're strict snatching 95 pounds from the ground over and over again. So whatever that workout is, I just don't remember it off the top of my head. You'll just see it and you'll just be amazed. So we'll be at the Deuce for that one in downtown Phoenix, which is an awesome bar and grill down there. So rushclubnation.com has that information, and we'll have tickets and stuff, like I said, at the event.
And I'll plug real quick. Peak will also be there. We're sponsoring.
Yes.
Thankfully able to partner up with AJ here in Rush Club. So Peak is a sponsor of this upcoming Rush Club event. Couldn't be more honored to do that. Earn Your Booze will also be on site. So we're just kind of excited to keep doing things with good groups of people.
Absolutely. And then Doug?
Yeah, the brewery is www.scottsdalebeercompany.com. All spelled out. Instantly regret that. And we did that. Same with our email
Do you
addresses.
have to add the www?
That stands for World Wide Web.
Do you think
And
that
then
will
let me write
catch
that
on? It's just a trend.
Is that 3 W's you said?
3 W's. And then on Instagram, we're Scottsdale Beer Co. So we shortened it up. We got smart. Personally, I'm at Douglas Ledger on Instagram. And I think James is the Viking _, right? His personal.
Yeah.
James from Peak
The
Nutrition.
Viking,
He's at
then
the-
it's either 1 or 2 underscores now.
Yeah, it's 2 underscores. The Viking __.
Okay.
Just to give James a little love since he couldn't be here.
Yeah, why couldn't he be here?
James has a problem where he can only go ham all the time. So last night being Halloween, he was Drinker Bell, and we can only imagine what state he's in right now. So I mean, the physical state. He might be in Vegas for all we know. So.
A lot of earning and a lot of boozing.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think he might have used up all of his Earn It tokens. So we'll see. Hopefully he has enough accrued for next weekend.
That's awesome.
He's at a deficit now. He's like, just put that one on my tab.
sure
You
he
know,
is,
just
yeah.
look ahead.
Right.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks, guys. I can't wait to hit up this event. I might be in the pre-beginner level,
Here we
but
go.
I'm going to do it. So I'm
got
going to
you.
my
You
talks.
You coming to work out?
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
For sure.
All right.
Yep. So.
Yeah, thank you to you and Aaron at 8 a.m. Films for sure.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Aaron
thank you
is
guys.
creating some visual beauty here. So very nice. But thanks, guys. This has been awesome.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Eric.
thanks.
So we'll see everybody this Saturday, November 4th. Get there early, about 8:30. Scottsdale Beer Company.
Cheers, man.
See you then.
Hey guys, thanks for listening. If you like that episode, make sure to subscribe on YouTube to Tap That AZ. Go to their website to see all the behind the scenes action, videos, and full-length podcast recordings. Always remember, earn your booze and stay awesome. I'm Justin, the Alpha Ale on Instagram. You can also find me at Peak AZ, and of course, earn your booze. Cheers.